Your Honor, Miss Cowher.
All right, just a minute, man. Oh, I remember this case. This case has some interesting facts, Ms. Rodriguez.
What's this defendant's last name, Your Honor?
This is Miss
Ms.
Cowher.
Cowger? Cowger? Yeah, okay. Oh, yes, Your Honor.
Let me just put her something here. All right, Ms. Cowher, you're here because you've been indicted on a charge of aggravated robbery, first-degree felony with a $100,000 bond. Your permanent attorney is Mr. Omar Carbona, but for purposes of this hearing, you are going to be represented by Mr. Rivera from the Public Defender's Office. He's going to be presenting evidence you'll have to try and convince me to lower your bond. After that, I want to hear from the prosecutor, then I'll make my decision as to what happens to your bond. Go ahead, Mr. Rivera.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Calder's she's 46. She's a U.S. citizen. She's got a master's degree. She's until recently been a teacher in Las Cruces. She's married. Her entire family resides in Las Cruces. She has about $1,000 available to her with a post bond. As near as I can tell, has no kind of prior history. Would ask the court take all this into account and consider reducing this bond to a point that Ms. Cowger can afford to post so that she can try to address this matter more readily with her attorney, and apparently has some employment issues that she needs to address as well.
All right. Miss Rutledge, I assume she has no criminal history from what I see.
Yes, surprisingly, given the facts of the case.
Yeah. Let's go over the facts of the case. I know this involves the targeting of people at the casino. Let's take it from there,
All right, and I'll just kind of go through the affidavit. In this particular case, the victim had won $3,500 at the Sunland Park Casino in New Mexico. She was paid out on the sales floor. She did stay for about another hour and finally left, driving to her hotel, which was here in El Paso at the Quality Inn on South Desert. She parked her vehicle and she observed another vehicle, which happened to be the defendant's vehicle, circling the parking lot, and just assumed that vehicle was looking for another spot to park. When she stepped out of her vehicle and started walking, she observed an unknown male subject walking in her direction, pointing a black handgun at her, telling him to give her her purse. The victim said, "Well, wait, let me get my phone out of my purse." And then the unknown subject pointed the gun to the left side of her head and again demanded that she give him her purse. She refused to give him her purse because she wanted to get her cell phone. The man at that point pushed her to the ground and forced her to face the ground, pointing the gun to the left side of her face, yelling at her again to give him the purse. The unknown male used the handgun to strike the victim on the left side of her face. She let go of her purse and he took the purse and returned to the vehicle. The vehicle drove off with the unknown suspect. She was not able to provide a description of the vehicle or the direction of travel, but assumed that there was another subject, the driver, inside the vehicle who she didn't see. She described the unknown male as tall to medium, heavy built, Hispanic, wearing a black bandana covering his face. He took her purse containing the $3,500 casino winnings, as well as an additional $700 in cash, her car keys, her driver's license. Photos were taken just displaying her injuries. Contact was made with the hotel manager, who provided access to the property's video surveillance. They determined that the vehicle was a light-colored Chevy Trailblazer, showing the victim arriving at 4:09 and the suspect vehicle following behind her at 4:10. At 4:13, the defendant's vehicle is observed rapidly backing up and fleeing the parking lot after the robbery occurred. Due to the circumstances, officers reasoned that she may have been targeted. It was assigned for further investigation, and they met with the Sunland Park casino security staff, advised them of the pending investigation, reviewed their video to see if there are any suspicious individuals who may have been in the proximity of the victim when she was paid out on the casino floor, and provided the suspect vehicle description. They were located, they got a call that they were located on the security footage, located the victim, did notice a white female looking suspicious present when the victim was being paid. They backtracked that footage to find a vehicle, a video of the defendant being dropped off in the suspect vehicle, as well as 2 other suspects in the Trailblazer. Let's see. The security guard advised that he did see the same female enter the casino and recognized her as the suspect. Her identification was scanned at the entrance by the security guard, and her name was provided, Jamie Marie Cowger, and an address in Las Cruces. He was able to locate the vehicle in the parking lot. They obtained a photograph of the license plates. That vehicle is registered to the defendant, and the identity was confirmed with the New Mexico driver's license. They were able to complete a video timeline of the defendant inside the casino, and it goes on. On the night of the incident, she's observed exiting the casino. The suspects in the Trailblazer pick her up. She gets in the back seat. It then backs up. The headlights are turned off, waiting for the victim to walk out. The victim is observed coming out to the parking lot, crossing in front of the suspect vehicle, getting into her vehicle, driving away at 3:48, and then the suspect vehicle follows her.
Right. Let me ask you, is this the only person indicted out of this whole thing, or do you know if the other individuals were ever identified?
Let me
Just
check.
curious, just curious.
Yeah, let me see. At least one other suspect was identified. I don't know if he's been indicted yet.
Okay, all right. Court, con eso tapan at 60,000 in this case. Thank you.
Your Honor.
Ms. Hauser,